Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to this Friday edition of Renegade Wrestling. I am your host, JJ Williams, here to answer your viewer-submitted questions, as always. First question today comes from Cross Uchiha, U-C-H-I-H-A. Apologize if I mispronounced your last name. He says, JJ, with WWE making stables every few months to a year, after the Shield has run its course, should WWE make a new stable or not? If so, who should they bring in? New guys or use some of the current roster, and who? Sorry, it's such a long question. The stable that I've been wanting to see for a minute here kind of takes us back to ECW circa 2009, the Ruthless Roundtable. William Regal, Vladimir Kozlov, and Ezekiel Jackson. I would like to see a stable in the WWE called the Foreign Legion. And there's a lot of international talent in the WWE right now. I'm not going to run through everybody, but just give you some of the talent that could be used in the stable. You've got Alberto Del Rio from Mexico, Antonio Cesaro from Switzerland, Christian or Tyson Kidd from Canada, Drew McIntyre from Scotland, Epico or Primo from Puerto Rico, Ezekiel Jackson from Guyana, South America, Great Khali or Jinder Mahal, Indian, Sheamus and Hornswoggle, Irish, of course. The list goes on and on. You've got a wide variety of international talents. You could even have a babyface Foreign Legion and a heel Foreign Legion. Because then you got guys like Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, that can be involved and be babyface. Whereas you've got Alberto, who could be a heel. That's the stable I would like to see, something along those lines. Mr. Randy Smooth wants to know, other than Savage or Owen, who would I like to see inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? For him, he would induct Honky Tonk Man, British Bulldog, Dynamite Kid, The Rockers, and Miss Elizabeth. Well, I actually posted something like this about a year or so ago on my Owen Hart for the 2013 Hall of Fame Please Martha group page that I run on Facebook. I have edited it slightly because a couple of the guys have gotten in there now. So, my headliner would be Randy Savage, obviously. Co-headliners would be Owen Hart and Goldust. I think Goldust deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame for all the boundaries that he pushed during the Attitude Era. Miss Elizabeth, of course, who you mentioned. As a manager, I'd like to see Harvey Whippleman go in. Harvey Whippleman gets little to no respect, but he managed a crapload of decent talent. Maybe not the greatest superstars ever, but he was a solid manager. Tag team, the British Bulldogs, you touched on. I definitely think the Bulldogs, Dynamite and Davey, deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And for my celebrity inductee, I'd put Andy Kaufman in. Because you want to talk about a celebrity that had an impact on the wrestling business, Andy Kaufman started it all. Originally, I had Arn Anderson and J.J. Dillon in there, but with the Four Horsemen getting inducted last year, both of them now have their spot in the Hall of Fame alongside Barry Windham, Tully Blanchard, and Ric Flair for his second ring. So, that is my, as of right now, dream scenario for a Hall of Fame inductee list. Obviously, Mick Foley's going in this year. He's not on my list. He definitely deserves it. But I think some of these guys deserve it before Foley. Ricky Lawson, frequent contributor, says, hey JJ, with Eve Torres leaving WWE this week, and with all the Barbie wrestlers like Kelly and the Bellas finally gone too, do you think this is the perfect time for WWE's to showcase the workhorse talent like Natalya and Tamina, who can wrestle, and call up some of the NXT divas who are being trained by Sarah Del Rey. Absolutely. If ever there was an opportunity for the restructuring of the Divas division, this is it. They either can go back to the Women's Championship glory days of Victoria, Lita, Mickey, Trish, Molly, Jazz, Gail, and try to build a division that could seriously compete with that, with Natalya, Tamina. Beth is rumored to be coming back once she's done with her little break helping take care of Edge. So let's not completely count her out as of yet. So you got Natty, Tamina, Beth. You've got Caitlyn, who's a so-so worker. AJ, who if they stop treating her like a $2 slut, is a great worker. Bring up Sarah Del Rey from Florida and have her work with some of the talent that they've already got on the roster, not just the NXT divas. And then start scouring the independent circuit. They let Skylar Moon go, aka Buggy. Big mistake. Awesome talent in the ring. Raquel Diaz, Shaul Guerrero left. They need to try and get some of these girls back. Christina Von Eerie, no longer working with TNA as far as I know. Get her in there. See if you can bring back some of these other now knockouts, former divas that aren't getting used to the best of their ability over in TNA. And you could have a solid divas division again. So now is definitely the time, Ricky Lawson. It's just a matter of if WWE is smart enough to do it or not. Nappy1987 says, you must have been on cloud 9 after watching the Pipe Bomb live, which I talked about the other day having been there for, when referencing Punk's recent promo on The Rock. Which 3 moments in history can you brag to people and say, I was there live? Keep up the good shows. Well, unfortunately, I don't have that many great Raw or Smackdowns that I was at to pull moments from, so my list of moments may not be as good as people that, were there at WrestleMania 12 for the Iron Man match, or, people that were in the Garden for some of those monumental wrestling moments, or that were there in Chicago for Money in the Bank 2011. So here's my 3 that I was able to come up with based off of the shows that I've seen. Number 3, I was there when Kevin Nash hit the ring and jackknife powerbombed CM Punk, allowing Alberto Del Rio to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase and become WWE Champion for the first time at SummerSlam 2011 on August 14th. I was there for that. Number 2, I was there when Mick Foley turned heel on Tommy Dreamer and aligned himself with Edge and Lita on the May 8th, 2006 edition of Raw in Anaheim. I actually met Mick earlier in the day and got a picture with him, and then he turned heel that night. And then number 1, obviously, I was there when CM Punk dropped the first pipe bomb, June 27th, 2011, Raw in Vegas. Those are my 3 moments. I've been at other Raws, Smackdowns, pay-per-views even, but none of them just had that monumental moment that I can really speak of. It's like, I can't say I was there at WrestleMania 20 when Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero hugged in the middle of the ring after Benoit won the world title. I don't have something like that I can say, My last question today comes from I Drink Lots of Beer. Hey JJ, do you think that Punk's promos since turning heel have gotten better? Especially when going back and forth with The Rock. Don't get me wrong, I always thought that Punk was great on the mic, just thought that the comedian babyface shtick never suited him. Yes and no. Because Punk's promos prior to WWE were gold. some of Punk's promos within WWE before the initial pipe bomb were gold. You know, Punk's promos since he turned heel this last time have honestly kind of been lackluster to me. They're not near the level of the original pipe bomb and before. You know, as funny as him in Miami Stadium wearing Rock's jersey was, it was via satellite, just like a Rock promo usually is. So it had the opportunity to be reshot, edited, retake, not live, intense emotion on the spot like most of his indie promos were. So while I agree with you that the babyface comedy shtick just didn't suit him, I don't know if I would say that his promos since turning heel this last time have been better. I honestly think that his promos were better from the original pipe bomb through him turning heel, and then going back, further back, the promos he cut on Jeff Hardy, the promos he cut on Rey Mysterio when he was feuding with him leading into WrestleMania that year, the promos he cut on Cena when he was leading the new Nexus. Those promos, I think, were better than a lot of Punk's more recent ones. What do y'all think? Let me know. Submit questions in the comment box. Send them to me on my Facebook pages. Tweet them to me at ROWJJWilliams. Video response questions. None of you have done that yet. I'm going to stop asking because it just seems like y'all don't really care about seeing your face on the shows. So this is the last request for a video response question. Videotape yourself asking me a question. Upload it in the video responses. Send it to me. I will download it and edit it into the episodes. I know a lot of you guys have your own YouTube accounts because the majority of my questions have been coming from YouTube. And some of you even have your own videos on there. So it shouldn't take you more than a couple minutes to sit in front of your webcam and videotape me a minute or 2 minute question. Today is Friday. As you're watching this, the Casa D18 Studios family is out at Staples Center in LA right now. Or we will be there soon, depending on what time you're watching this. If you're watching this at 2, 3 in the morning, we're obviously not there right now. But we will be filming live Stat Boy rants. We will be filming a live Renegade Q&A up there at Staples. We'll be filming a live In the Pink. So come on out, check it out, be part of the live episodes. And until Monday's Renegade of Wrestling, I am your host, JJ Williams, and I will see you next time right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel.